I'm grateful for this person for showing me how not to be.
Yeah. You know, Tyler Perry didn't just pull this out of the sky. These women exist, these people exist, and they need to see themselves in it.
Tyler Perry hates black women, and I'm not saying allegedly because the proof is in the pudding.
Tyler Perry just spilled some scorching tea, and black women are watching him with side-eye real hard. Turns out, the man behind Medea is straight up obsessed with one thing: showing black women at rock bottom.
I'm a little offended, and honestly, I'm still recovering from mea culpa. He has managed to make billions of dollars. Looking at you too, Issa Rae. One of them days, really? Where's our Legally Blonde? Where's our Pretty Woman?
We're talking essayed, cheated on, beat down, humiliated, and maybe, just maybe, rescued by some broke blue-collar dude with holes in his shoes. So why is Taraji P still defending him, even though she admits his roles leave her traumatized? And why does every Tyler Perry movie feel like a straight-up horror show for black women? One critic nailed it, saying, "Every single Tyler Perry movie is just pain wrapped up in gospel music." And by every movie, they mean all of them. From Diary of a Mad Black Woman to Acrimony to his new flick, The Strays, starring Taraji P. Henson. But this time, people are fed up. After that Strays trailer dropped, folks were like, "Nah, I'm good." Taraji's still sticking beside Tyler like glue, though, and what she's saying now got even more black women asking, "Sis, what are you doing?" Let's break down why Tyler Perry is so obsessed with black women's suffering and why Taraji keeps writing for him. For decades, Tyler's been Hollywood's rags to riches poster boy. He painted his life like the ultimate black American dream in his documentary Maxine's Baby.
It is becoming more evident that Tyler only sees black women as hardworking, struggling, great victims that of course one day are going to be rescued by a blue-collared black man.
But behind every Medea wig and church choir finale lies the same brutal formula. Black women gotta suffer. Just listen to this critic who broke it all the way down. Tyler Perry's stories are so predictable now that when the Strays trailer dropped and Taraji popped up as a struggling single mom, black women just rolled their eyes like, here we go again. Because within the first 30 minutes, Taraji's character gets evicted, fired, her daughter snatched by CPS, her car towed, she gets robbed at work, kills her boss, then robs a bank. It's giving Book a job. For real.
I don't know if Tyler Perry doesn't like black women or doesn't give a damn about black women or thinks he knows black women, but these storylines that he's concocting that's supposed to be the story of black women are so idiotic. I cannot take it anymore.
And as expected, women started speaking out. Not about the script writing skills, but about Tyler Perry's attitude towards black women. More and more people are calling him out, saying the same thing. Tyler Perry's movies are just trauma porn dressed up like black empowerment. Think about it. In Temptation, Judith cheats once and ends up with HIV. In Acrimony, Taraji's character gives her whole life to a man who dumps her the moment he gets rich, and she dies humiliated and alone. In Why Did I Get Married? Sheila gets cheated on, clowned for her size, and only finds love after losing weight. Meanwhile, Angela is painted as the angry, emasculating black woman.
Oh, Tyler Perry didn't just pull this out of the sky. These women exist, these people exist, and they need to see them.
Even Taraji herself admitted these roles traumatized her. But critics say that's exactly the problem. If the only time you see yourself on screen is when you're suffering, what does that say to the world about black women? But let's rewind. While folks are ready to cancel Tyler Perry all over again after watching Strays, Taraji ain't flinching one bit.
These people exist, and they need to see themselves, and they need to know that they're not alone, and that people do see them.
She's standing beside him like a loyal sister at the cookout defending family, no matter what dirt they did, because in her eyes, these stories matter. She told The Breakfast Club that black women need to see the real pain they go through. She even said that the reason so many black women are mad at Tyler Perry's movies is because they see their own pain on screen. Basically, Taraji's saying, don't blame Tyler for your pain, sis. Blame the culture that taught you to hide it, because for her, It's about giving a voice to the voiceless. She's always been drawn to broken characters.
And when people tell Tyler Perry to stop showing those women on camera, I think that's their own trauma's triggered. Because in the community, Black community, we don't deal with it. You know what I mean? So if you're forced to look at it often, you will be triggered.
Women trapped with no platform, drowning in pain. But here's where it gets straight up wild. While Taraji out here defending Tyler like he's her blood brother, his name is getting dragged through every ditch and gutter this week. And this ain't even just about them movies. Now, actor Derek Dixon is dropping bombs, claiming Tyler used his power in the industry to create what his lawsuit calls a coercive, actually exploitative dynamic. Derek says he met Tyler Perry back in 2019 at Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta, dreaming about making it big. Perry allegedly promised him roles, fame, and mentorship, but it all came with a dark price.
In particular, I am drawn to characters who are voiceless and need a voice because I am such a big personality. I like to breathe light into those characters because I feel like...
Almost sounds like a Diddy situation, right? According to the lawsuit, Tyler pinned him to a trailer wall, groped him, and started interrogating him about his actual preferences right there on the set of The Oval. And when Derek rejected him, that's when the threats started flying. Mr. Perry made it crystal clear that if Derek ignored his advances or didn't play along with the innuendos, his character was gonna get cut next season. And guess what? That's exactly what went down. The character quit the show to escape the harassment, and Derek even turned down an offer to write for Tyler's projects, saying it was the only way to protect his peace. Now, Tyler's lawyers calling the lawsuit a straight scam, saying this man got close to Perry just to set him up and shake him down for cash. They said, Tyler ain't about to get scammed by nobody.
So we literally run the entire episode for him, and he hates it. Does that mean I have to learn a whole new script? Yes, that's what it means. Mr. Perry, on the spot, starts rewriting the entire script, and he's feeding me the lines to say, and the director is kind of standing on the side like, you better do it, because if not, they will fire you.
But here's the thing. This ain't the first time folks accused Tyler of shady behavior on set. Plenty of actors who worked for him said he intimidates them into silence, no matter how many times he switches up scenes or rewrites lines on the spot. Sometimes, he just rips the whole script apart mid-shoot and expects everybody to fall in line without question.
I'm grateful for this person for showing me how not to be. When you're the boss, how not to be. You don't sexually harass your employees. You don't pressure them, bully them, try to intimidate them into what you want.
Even Tyler Perry himself admits he's controlling. And Taraji spilled the tea too, saying Tyler runs everything. The writing, directing, producing, editing. All of it. Like, dang, is he a director or a dictator with Final Cut Pro? But Derek ain't the only one saying this. Look at what Christian Key said about working with him. He called it out for real, and critics say that's exactly why Tyler's movies keep showing the same tired trauma. Because there's no room for fresh eyes or real Black women's voices in his empire.
Every raise that I've gotten and whenever I'm treated the best in this industry, it's always by him.
Just his blueprint of pain on repeat. So yup, despite all these essay lawsuits, misogynistic storylines, and accusations of blackballing legends like Monique, Taraji still out here promoting strays like everything's sweet. She even told The Breakfast Club how Tyler doubled her pay for strays, saying he gave her the check she truly deserved. And remember, Taraji been complaining for years about how Hollywood underpays Black women. She said, "I'm just tired of being undervalued." It's complicated though. On one hand, Tyler pays Taraji fairly in an industry that loves underpaying Black women.
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over.
But on the other hand, she admits these trauma roles leave her feeling broken inside. So while Taraji keeps defending Tyler's vision as giving a voice to the voiceless, Black women everywhere are asking, at what cost though, sis? Because not every Black woman out here is suffering. In fact, most of them are out here thriving. But here's what's really messed up. If all you ever see on screen is broken, bitter black women, then what do you start believing in real life? And this hits even harder for kids watching too, because what is it teaching them? That their worth only comes through pain. What's even worse, like this other critic said, Tyler Perry's female characters only get redemption when some blue-collar dude shows up to save them. And honestly,
You know, that fourth day I was like, oh my God, I gotta do this again. You know what I mean? Because it's not comfortable. Showing a character's trauma and pain is like showing you some of my trauma and pain. And it's healing, but having to open up those wounds, it's not comfortable.
this trope is dusty now. It's been parodied on the Boondocks for a reason. People are saying this storyline is dangerous and needs to end. Say it louder for the folks in the back. Black Twitter been dragging Tyler for weeks with comments like, "The black community is in a toxic relationship with Tyler Perry, let him go." Reddit ain't quiet either. One user said, "As a black man, I feel Tyler Perry's films are filmed stereotypes with no substance. His new show is an embarrassment to black people everywhere. It sucks. He's trying to get laughs at the cost of our dignity."
Who is going to tell Tyler Perry that black women are no longer suffering? It's about time that this narrative that Tyler Perry has needs to stop. Because black women are embracing ease, softness, luxury, therapy, healing. We are embracing a different life, and it's about time the representation of us change as well.
Good job.
And here's the cold reality. Tyler Perry always writes redemption arcs for black men. The abusive husband gets replaced by a loving working dude who saves the day. But who redeems the black woman? Where's her joy without crawling through hell first?
Watching some of these movies and to think that all the image that is being portrayed to them is this tired, traumatized, suffering black woman. It has to stop.
Folks ain't letting him off the hook this time. The message is clear. His strong black woman stereotype ain't about resilience. It's about dehumanization. Like, a black woman can't just be, she gotta be in pain 24/7. So while Taraji defends him, the streets are asking, why is Tyler Perry so obsessed with black women's suffering? When is he gonna show us winning? And if someone's extra confused by Taraji's support, it's Monique. This beef goes back over a decade, and it's messy like a baby daddy reveal on Facebook.
It is becoming more evident that Tyler only sees black women as hardworking, struggling rape victims that, of course, one day are going to be rescued by a blue-collared black man.
Monique says Tyler blackballed her after she refused to do free international promo for Precious. She says he, Oprah, and Lee Daniels spread rumors that she was difficult to work with, and it cost her tens of millions. When asked if Tyler ever apologized, Monique made it clear the only one who did was Lee Daniels. And let's talk about that Empire drama. Did y'all know Monique was originally offered the role of Cookie? Yup, Lee Daniels called her personally.
I partially blame the media for people's derogatory perspectives about black women worldwide. I'm not talking about the Beyoncés and Oprahs and Kerry Washingtons of the world. I'm talking about normal, everyday black women. It is dangerous to continue to depict us in such a lowbrow manner.
First to offer the role, then to snatch it back. That role went to Taraji, and rumors say Tyler pulled strings behind the scenes to make it happen. Now, years later, Monique's watching Taraji publicly defend Tyler while he's facing SA allegations. Let's be real. This wasn't just some uncomfortable questions Perry asked Derek on set. In 2021,
to those people who think that my films focus on the struggle of black women, because they're right, it does. I'm in doing this, let me tell you something. If I get an opportunity to put a black woman on screen for people to see them in love and happy, in joy, in pain, in struggle, what I'm doing is a service to all people so that people will know that the black women are not just strong and one thing. They are all things, and they go through all of these different things.
at Perry's house, the lawsuit says Tyler pulled down Dixon's underwear and started groping and playing with his butt in a set manner. Dixon was frozen in fear, so it makes sense Monique is speechless right now. She says this ain't out of character for Tyler Perry. But it is out of character for Taraji to praise him right when this lawsuit is blowing up. Monique feels it's Tyler using his power to harm others again, just like he harmed her and her career.
So to have an opportunity to be able to paint all of these pictures and all sides of something that I'm paying homage to my mother, to my aunt, to my sisters and friends and cousins and the things that they all went through. So that's what I would say to that.
And Monique threw some serious shade online right after the lawsuit news broke. She posted on IG, "You get mad even if you get offended. So what you gonna do? Because I guarantee you can't beat me up." Fans knew exactly who she was talking about. And for those still confused, she laid it all out days later with another post saying, "Have you noticed women who don't tolerate disrespect, lies, manipulation, and bullish are always labeled as difficult, toxic, crazy, bitter, and complicated?" Yes. Difficult as in, Tyler used his industry power to convince folks Monique was difficult so she'd never get hired again.
Okay, that's not somebody who's beneath you. Yeah. That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right? Yeah. And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill, as long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm gonna cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you handle the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then, that is fine. Yeah. That's fine.
But let's get back to Taraji. And Tyler too, because this man ain't staying silent through this backlash. He calls his movies paying homage to Black women's resilience, says he's just showing reality and honoring the struggles of his mama, aunties, and sisters. But y'all, his idea of honor feels more like humiliation.
Be glorified. I don't care if a man is a good man. That doesn't mean that he's the right man for you. Maybe I, as a woman, don't want to be the primary breadwinner. Is that okay? Am I allowed to say that I want a provider? It's funny to me how women are always expected to settle and meet a man where he is and just look at a man's heart, but they look at your face. They look at your body. Just the other day, I posted a video about this guy that was like, oh man, she's perfect when you're loved the right way by the wrong woman. She just doesn't look the way I want her to look. Oh man.
This is the same man who told Black women they should be grateful for a man who only pays the light bill. The internet straight up combusted after that one. Critics dragged Tyler saying, "So Black women supposed to carry entire households, heal generational trauma, and settle for a man who brings crumbs to the table? The hypocrisy is wild."
This is gonna tell Tyler Perry that the average Black woman is actually thriving now. We pay our bills are paid. Thank you.
Tyler out here acting like Black women should feel honored to be some man's emotional mule and financial savior, while he cashes his billion-dollar checks off their pain. Because in Tyler's world, a Black woman can survive SA, cheating, job loss, CPS taking her kids, eviction, and public humiliation. But as long as some broke blue-collar man loves her at the end, it's all good? He's proven that's his blueprint every single time. While Tyler calls it representation, critics say it's degradation disguised as tribute. Because let's be real, if Tyler Perry truly loved Black women, wouldn't he show them winning, not just surviving? Now Taraji might be defending Tyler's trauma blueprint, but if you really listen to her words, her truth is more complicated than any Medea script. On The Breakfast Club, she admitted straight up she's done with people who ain't on their healing journey. That's a word right there. She talked about how she protects her peace these days. Before she agrees to anything, whether it's a party, a trip, or dinner, she asks herself first, do I really wanna go? And if the answer is no, she stays her fine self at home with her Frenchies, her wine, and her peace. She don't even explain her no's anymore. Like Michelle Obama told her, no is a complete sentence. Taraji also opened up about hitting rock bottom before taking her first solo trip to Bali. She said she was losing herself, feeling bitter, burnt out, and complaining all the time. She had to unplug and go find the Taraji she left behind in Hollywood's chaos. But here's where the irony hits hard. If Taraji don't deal with unhealed people anymore, then why is she still working with Tyler Perry? Because if we keeping it real, Tyler Perry ain't exactly screaming healed man energy right now, not with these SA accusations flying around. Taraji calls him her brother, her biggest supporter, the one who doubled her pay. But is financial worth the same as emotional work? That's got the streets talking loud, Because behind Tyler's gospel tributes and his so-called homage to black women's resilience lies a darker truth critics can't ignore. They say his obsession with showing black women broke, beaten, violated, humiliated, or dead is nothing but internalized misogyny mixed with patriarchy and religious punishment narratives. Think about it. In his films, suffering is treated like spiritual purification. A woman cheats, she gets HIV. A woman sacrifices for her man's dreams. He leaves her in the dust until she loses her mind. A single mom fights to survive. CPS takes her kids, and her life unravels in public shame. It's like Tyler believes black women only deserve love after they've been dragged through the mud, spat on, and left half dead. And sure, he'll say it's all about redemption. But if that's the case, why is redemption only reserved for the black men in his movies? Why are black women always the ones carrying generational trauma and poverty just to be rewarded with a barely decent man paying their light bill and calling it salvation? Trauma sells, and Tyler knows it. And trust, Tyler Perry knows exactly what he's doing, but folks are saying it's time to stop cashing out on harmful tropes. With all these wild allegations swirling around him right now, Monique's old feud is blazing back up, and black women are calling him out for fetishizing their pain. It's clear the cracks in Tyler Perry's billion-dollar empire are starting to show, because behind every Medea wig and every Hallelujah choir scene is a man who built his fortune off black women's suffering. And he just might lose it all for that same exact reason. But what do you think? Does Tyler Perry really love black women like he claims? Or is he just addicted to showing us broken for another billion-dollar check? And what about Taraji? Is she defending him because she truly sees his vision? Or is it because he's the only one paying her what she's worth? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe so you never miss this heat, and I'll see you on the next one with all the tea on Hollywood's darkest secrets.